Welcome to the fifth session of module issue of shares and debentures. In the previous session, we have discussed simple problem on issue of shares and also on allotment of shares. In this particular session, we are going to discuss simple problems showing accounting treatments on of calls in arrears and also simple problem showing accounting treatment of calls in advance. The learning objective of this particular session is to make you people to understand how accounting treatment is made in case if there is a calls in arrears in the company and also calls in advance made by the shareholders to the company. To take up a problem, the problem goes like this: a limited company issues 10,000 equity shares of 10 rupees each, and the money was payable as under. That means company has issued 10,000 shares carrying 10 rupees price, and that 10 rupees collected by the company from the shareholders in the following way: 2 rupees at the time of application, 3 rupees on allotment of shares, and remaining 5 rupees on the call. That means only one call is made by the company at the rate of 5 rupees. So put together it becomes 10. The shares were all subscribed and the money duly received except the call money on 1000 shares. Company issued 10,000 shares and public also subscribed for 10,000 shares, and all the shares were allotted, but at the time of collecting call money, only 1000 shares company could not collect the call money. That is called as calls in arrears. Let us see how that calls in arrears is recorded in the accounting books. The first journal entry is regarding application money received, that we already know. On 10,000 at the rate of 2 rupees becomes 20,000 being application money received, and the received application money is transferred to share capital account. That's why share application account is debited with 20,000 rupees and share capital account is credited with same 20,000 rupees being application money transferred to share capital account. And the third journal entry talks about allotment of shares. Allotment of shares, allotment money is 3 rupees on each share, and similarly there are 10,000 applications which are 10,000 shares allotted by the company to the applicants. Hence 10,000 at the rate of 3 rupees becomes 30,000. This is allotment money due from the shareholders to whom shares are allotted. And the fourth journal entry shows that this allotment money is received. Therefore, bank account is debited with 30,000 rupees and share allotment account is credited with same 20,000 rupees being allotment money received. And the fifth journal entry shows call money due from the shareholders. Now company is going to make a call of 5 rupees each on 10,000 applications or 10,000 shares. 10,000 shares at the rate of 5 rupees becomes 50,000. Share call account debited to share capital account. It is not share call account, second is to share capital account, 50,000 rupees. This is the journal entry showing that call money is due. But the sixth journal entry shows that this call money is received not from all the shareholders or not from all the shares. Out of 10,000 shares, only from 9,000 shares this money is received, and from 1,000 shares this money is not received, or 1,000 shares have not paid the call money. That is called calls in arrears. So 9,000 shares have paid this money. So 9,000 at the rate of 5 rupees becomes 45,000 rupees, whereas 1,000 shares at the rate of 5 rupees becomes 5,000 rupees. This 5,000 company could not collect from the shareholders even after company has called them to make payment. That is why it is called here calls in arrears. That's why this calls in arrears account is also debited to share capital account 50,000 rupees, because company is called 50,000 rupees from the shareholders being call money received except on 1,000 shares. Next, this is about calls in arrears. To move with the next slide showing how calls in advance are recorded in the books of accounts. Following is the journal entry. All the journal entries are similar. All the journal entries which we have made in the previous slide, this slide which I am showing now, is similar even at the time of calls in advance, but only entry which is different is at the time of collecting call money. The call money which is collected in advance is recorded in the books in the following way: bank account debited to calls in arrears account, advance account. Say for example, bank account debited. Look at the sixth entry which is there on the top: bank account debited, and then calls in arrears entry will not come in case of calls in advance, to share call account and also to calls in advance account. Instead of two debits, two credits will appear. One debit, that is bank account debited, two share call account, and also two calls in advance account. This kind of entry is made in the books of account in case of calls in advance. We should also know that calls in advance is a liability to the company. That is why this amount which is received by the company from shareholders will be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. Thank you very much.